Now, today, we are going to try to get my 1994 V12 Jag Daimler Double Six back on the road for good. We're going to try fix all the main issues that are holding this car back from going on the road and being used at the weekend to cruise down the highway. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. Step one of the fixes for the Daimler to get it back on the road. We got to fix something that we actually broke, and that was the positive cable. Now, unfortunately, no names will be mentioned, but someone snapped the bolt in the terminal, which is not good because now you can't do it up on the battery. So now I'm definitely not getting any battery power. So me and Chaz, we're going to try fix that. Now, we don't know how it's held on, so we're going to have to cut back all the coating and see what is going on.
For the record, it wasn't me.
It wasn't him, and it wasn't me.
I'm not smiling because it was me. It genuinely wasn't me.
And it wasn't me either.
Connor.
Right, the plan of attack is
A cutthroat razor blade.
Cutthroat razor blade.
I've lost all my Stanley blades, and this was the best thing we had.
So we're going in for a cutthroat, and what we got to do is basically cut this coating back so we can see how that clamp is held onto the wire.
To be honest, I've never seen that type of terminal before. So
normally they're like bolted onto the wire, aren't they?
well,
So
normally they're either that, so it clamps on the wire there, or you'll have a ring terminal and they go around the stud there.
So
this one is a bit
this is old school. This is before our time. So we've got to figure out. So let's cut this off to see what's behind it.
But this is going to be painful to watch on YouTube. Must be a thing with the Harry Roberts channel.
We keep on moving. We keep on moving along. We keep on rolling. No, we ain't slowing it down. We ain't slowing down. We keep on moving. We keep on moving along. We keep on rolling. Yeah. No, we ain't slowing it down. Let's go. We ain't slowing down, baby. Come and show me how. Gotta do it.
We've been at it for 5 minutes and we're already at the first hurdle as usual, which is brilliant. So basically, because this old style of battery terminal is basically crimped on, the new style would be kind of bolted in. You can kind of see there. So you do those two screws up and it'll bolt it on. Whereas that one has been like crushed onto the cable and we can't get it off. So we're gonna go get a tool that we think might work, but it's a bit sketchy. We got there, mate.
Well, lack of patience is what I've got here.
This is Charlie's friend, lack of patience. Under the broomstick.
Haven't we?
PPE at work.
Just the one.
Just PPE at work. What you got? You got any MJ moves, mate? You got anything? You got anything? What you got? What you got? What you got?
Right, what are we doing?
I just smacked my head. I just whacked my head. Right, that's just what we want. So now we can just pry that off and she's flipping golden, mate.
Right, we've decided it's Harry's turn to work on his own car.
Let's go for the twist method. Whoa! Oh, she's off like an absolute treat. Because I'm just so handy with like tools and stuff, I got it off so easy. Charlie just guided me, do you know what I mean? So now we're going to get the new one, fix it up, and then we need to try and test the output on the alternator. That is kind of the main
Probably test
aim.
it starts the car because you've had intermittent starting problems.
We probably should test that the car starts again. I think it will. We'll have to hook both batteries up because it's probably lost a bit of juice, but I reckon she'll start. What we've done is a little bit questionable.
It'll get you home.
It'll get you home. We will come back and fix that, but that's as good as we're getting for tonight because we just need to test the alternator. So that's going to do. Hopefully it don't catch fire. Let's plug it in. Let's see if it does start again. And it was that intermittent starting problem. And we'll come back. Don't worry about that.
Never-ending thread. That was stuck to it. Huh? Unless that one's now stuck to it.
It's the smallest nut ever. It's as tight as you need it, Connor.
I am really nervous it's still not going to start because of the whole situation we're going on. So fingers crossed it does still start and the ECU pin was a problem. Oh. Oh. Now we've got to try and see if we can get the battery to recharge because that is the main problem with the car right now. So we're going to have some tactics on fixing the alternator involving hammers.
Yeah, we'll give it a tap.
Tap it with a hammer, I reckon.
It's the first port of call.
First port of call, smack it with a hammer.
Okay.
The reason we're tapping it with the hammer is because the car has been sitting around for 10 plus years. The alternator brushes inside could be seized. So trying to tap it with a hammer whilst the engine running could knock it and free it up and get it to work. Unfortunately, tapping it with a hammer didn't work. So I moved on to the next thing we could do. So we jacked the car up, put it on axle stands and took the 2 front tyres down to Connor, who snapped the battery bolt, to replace the tyres for us. Rightio, so we are back. The tyres have been fitted to the wheels, so they're just going to stay to one side for the minute because we are now going to continue looking for this alternator. Now, because we've got the front wheels off and the car's on the floor, actually have a lot more access to the alternator, and I didn't realise until now when we got the wheels off and you can look in that the alternator is actually just in there, look. And you can see there's a couple of wires over here that you can actually have access to. Obviously there's a bit wet, there's definitely some sort of oil leak going on. I think it's gearbox oil, but it is somewhat accessible. So I'm going to take this arch liner out, as much of it will come out, and I'm going to trace the wiring loom back and just check all the connections. And if I can get in there with a multimeter, I am going to check all the points and make sure, see if it's actually kicking out a current. Now, something tells me that I don't think these arch liners have been out for a very, very long time. So a lot of these bolts were rusted and I had to get a bit inventive with how I was going to get them out. Whatever this is here, they're the 2 wires that do the ground that's bolted directly to the alternator, and then the positive that goes into the starter strap. And there's a little plug here. Right, so I'm under the motorised vehicle, and yeah, there is a big sort of gearbox leak, as we can see all the red fluid here, which is lovely. But the plug I want to get off is that little black plug there, because I believe that is what sends the signal to the alternator to do something, and I want to get that plug off, chuck a multimeter in it and see what's going on. Right, so we've got this plug off. It looks like that. Now, yeah, I don't know, it's only got 2 actual pins going to it. One's blanked off, so it's only the 2 side bottom ones, and they do look a bit funky, a bit mashed up, don't they? So maybe with the car running, check that that is getting some sort of electrical signal to it. I'm also going to see where that goes to and follow that loom back and just check all the wires. I'd imagine that when the car's running, the ECU will send a signal through that to tell the alternator to kick power back through the main power strap back, which the power strap you can't really see, but it's a big chunky wire coming off the back. You can't really see it, unfortunately. So I continued ripping it apart. I was just tracing all the wires back and taking everything apart, making sure anything electrical where it has a connection was clean, and also making a good connection. So this is how we are currently looking. I've got a lot of stuff ripped out at the minute. So I've figured out that there are, you see there's 2 thin little wires. One there, it's like a little earth, and the other brown one goes up there and in to like the main starter strap wire that goes off to the starter up there. All the way back round into this wire here, look. See that? And they come up there into this plug, which is a plug, down into this thing. It did have this plastic cover over it, but I took that off. And it just seems like it's one big battery with like a little motherboard on top. I have no idea what that is. I've got literally no idea. But I'm just gonna get a bit of electrical cleaner in there, clean it all up and make sure that, because you know, it could be as simple as one tiny little bit of solder on that motherboard isn't making a good connection, or it's a bit dirty where it's been sitting, and that could cause this whole thing not to charge. So I think I'll be stupid not to, just to give it all a bit of electrical cleaner, give it all a spray, make sure everything's got a good connection. And then I'm going to move on to turning the car on and having a multimeter in here and seeing if there is any electricity going for it. I'm kind of standing in the dark here. I don't really know what I don't know what I'm doing, but this is a learning curve for me. This is an old car. There's a lot of different technology on this, so I am learning as I'm going. I've got good car knowledge on newer stuff, but yeah, so let's carry on and spray everything up and see if I can get the multimeter on this. Now, it turns out that this actually is what we think is known as a capacitor. Now, capacitor just steadies the flow of the electricity when you start using all your lights and stuff like that, and it stops the engine from fluctuating and the electricity fluctuating, so it just runs a bit smoother. So really, doesn't really matter whether this is working or not. Right, so that plug has definitely got 11 volts going to it. It should be 12 really, but nonetheless, it's getting a signal to it. So it's checked that there is power coming out of that big fat one at the back. Yeah, I just put the positive on the positive output of the alternator and I grounded it to the outer housing. It is kicking out about 11.5 to 12 volts. Seems like it's got power coming out. I know it's meant to be about 14, but there is power. Just check the battery again on the back. Battery's still not charging up. I just held it just to see if it was charging. Maybe that plug that I've just cleaned up was the issue. That's not fixed it. So yeah, I'm just going to Google and see what the actual output is meant to be on an alternator, just to make sure it is meant to be 14, and it might be the alternator that's the issue, but yeah, it's weird. I have come to the conclusion that I've had a beer and the alternator's got to come off. I've thrown in the towel. I think this alternator, if it's the original alternator from 1994, which it might be, and it's been sitting in a field for the last 10 years, I think I need to cut my losses and just accept the fact the alternator's got to come off. So without further ado, I've got an afternoon to myself on my mate's driveway. Let's take an alternator out. The first step to get the alternator off is completely undo the tensioner. Now this tensions up the belt that needs to come off the alternator to remove it. Now this works on a big long threaded stud with two nuts that work against each other to move the alternator toward or away from the belt to tighten or loosen it. Now I can only do this at a quarter of a turn, so it took so long, but eventually we did get there. If you are enjoying this video and you have been enjoying the Daimler content, then please, I urge you to hit the subscribe button, as it really helps me out and it is completely free of charge. Also tap that notification bell so you can continue watching the future videos of the Daimler. Now I've managed to get the belt off. The only other bolt that needs to come off, it was this one here that actually holds the tensioner to the alternator. Basically works as one half of the mount for the alternator as well to the engine. Now the other mount is that bolt there. So I am now going to undo that. Right. It turns out that top bolt also had a nut on it from the other end, which you can only access from the top of the car. So I was trying to fit both my hands in that tiny little gap into the alternator, one to have a spanner on the nut and a socket on that bolt from the front, and trying to work together to get it off. Wowee, so I've been at it, everyone. I have managed to literally undo everything in there, in that tiny little space, with kind of working from the bottom and working from the top. You can actually get to everything. Now, it is the tightest thing ever, and I'm almost worried you actually have to drop the whole engine to get this alternator off. I'm really praying that's not the case. I'm going to try and wiggle it out now. I need to undo a couple more bolts to get like the bracket for the tensioner off and all stuff like that. I think I'm probably going to have to take the whole anti-roll bar off, which isn't the end of the world. That can come off quite easily. So yeah, get the anti-roll bar off, see if I can wiggle it out. What a mission this is horrific. Like, it's so tight and such a tight little space, it just makes the job awful, but I'm persevering and we're gonna get the job done. So yeah, let's carry on. What I expected is that it's right here, but it won't come out because this anti-roll bar that's all in. So I'm gonna maybe just unbolt it from that corner, bend it down, and hopefully just pull that out. Roll bar is on the floor. This is the moment. This is actually it. I can't believe I've actually done it. Oh my god. Oh, yes! This right here is the most accomplished I have ever felt working on the car. But this right here can also get, mate. Yes. Oh. Wow, I actually cannot believe we managed to get the alternator off. That is so sick. This thing. Where the hell am I going to find one of these? God knows, but I definitely reckon this is the problem. If you did like this video, be sure to smack that subscribe button. Be sure to hit that like button, share it around if you want to see me get the Daimler up and running. This is a proper mission now, proper project. So yeah, if you did enjoy it, smack it up, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.